Okay, this is part 3. As we can see, well, I can barely see the screen, so I'm going to just assume that you guys can see this. I have aloe plants growing out here. And these, in Florida, these things are very resilient. You can throw them pretty much anywhere. You can throw them in a pot, and they will continuously grow. And these guys have been doing pretty well out here. We have used some of the aloe for burns and what have you, and some of the leaves they do dry up and die off, but these things are very resilient. Usually in the fall they will send up a sucker, and basically that sucker is their reproductive organ. They generate flowers, they seed, and then they drop their seeds, and then more aloe plants come. I've never had a problem with my aloe seeds not producing something, so there you go, there's that. Now let's move to the backyard. We're going to follow the irrigation line. Take a look over here. I have a shower on the side of my pool, and I have a branch off of that which goes underground. It comes down under here and follows this way. Eventually, at the end of this, I'm going to have a compost tea bucket, and then this is going to sprout off into a watering system for the land garden. One of the problems I have in Florida is the tremendous amount of wind, and you can see the wind in the trees and stuff like that, and it's blowing off all my topsoil. So it's leaving me with sand, as you can see. What I have been doing is I've been burying topsoil underneath sand, and it's been working out okay as far as much of my plants are concerned. These are my corn. You remember the corn that was in the house? These are they. Okay. Over here I had the peas in the first section, but they are pretty much all gone. They didn't survive the transplant. The corn survived the transplant, which I'm more than happy about, but the peas did not make it. Here I have an empty spot. This is going to be for green beans when they're ready to come out. Over here in the fourth row, I have, if you can see them, right there underneath my shadow is pepper plants. I have 6 sets of them. Oh, there's one right here by my foot. 6 sets of them. Where's my finger? There's my finger. Alright. And then I also have tomatoes. The tomatoes were very thin when I put them out here, so I am not exactly convinced that these guys are going to do too well. But we're going to try out here in this soil. Again, it's a fight of a lifetime trying to get these guys to trying to get the soil to enrich. Every time I do, it generally degrades right down to sand. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it, but this is that. My solution to poor topsoil is going to be an external hydroponic system of, I would have to say, epic proportion, I guess would be the best way to put it, which I'm going to be putting in the screened area in the coming months. It should be able to house somewhere in the neighborhood of 160 small plants, and will leave the entire property for things like tobacco, wheat, corn, your large standing plants. Everything that's small, everything that's viney and climbs is no longer going to be out here. I'm not going to have to worry about the soil quality for that. I just have to try and maintain a modicum of soil quality to keep the corn going. If I can get corn to continuously grow, I should have no problem with wheat. And as soon as I get past that threshold with the tobacco, that I can put it in the ground, we'll see about continuing tobacco growth. If you notice, I have a box out there that is a mobile compost box, and I have another one over in the corner that pretty much stores the compost while this decomposes. Take a look inside here. I have it all covered in leaves. Generally, that's to keep the smell down. Initially, this was up to the rim, and in the matter of a week and a half, it has sunken down a good 6 inches. Let's go on over here. We have the stage 1 storage, where I allow air to get into it, but generally this is when the large one is full and I still have more compost, more biomass to go out. It goes out in here, and the large one is the transition place before it goes to the really big one, the mobile one. I'm going to take a look inside of here. It's generally not a hospitable environment for people, but you know what? The bugs seem to like it. Give this about a month and this thing will be full. My hope is, because the temperature is changing and it's now nice and hot out, that in a month my mobile compost box should be ready to be emptied, and then I can empty that out and put what's in here out there, so that very little accumulates in here, because, well, that gets kind of stinky. Well, that's it. You know, I want to take a nice look at my grapefruit tree, big and pretty, and my ghetto backyard. And there's my orange tree over there around the corner. Little tiny blood orange tree. It's managed to survive 2 winters that were tremendously cold by comparison, but you know, it held in pretty good. Hopefully those bad winters are behind us, and we can get that thing to grow a little bit. Well, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.